Hi everyone, I am now actually in the very sunny Scotland today, and I'm in the city of Edinburgh, stood with Ryan of Cigar Box. So Ryan, I've already had a little look around your store, but for someone that doesn't know you or what you do, who are you and what are you to Cigar Box?
My name's Ryan Kerr, and I am the manager at the Cigar Box. Do the buying, do the day-to-day, storefront, merchandising, the works.
Nice.
So just everyday run-of-the-mill kind of cigar shop manager, I guess.
So how did you get into the cigar industry? It's always a very interesting question because I think everyone has a very random story. Have you got an exciting story to tell us?
Not really, actually, if I'm honest with you. It's a bit of a funky one. So it was about 2 or 3 years ago, about 2023.
Okay.
I had like an 18 carat run of bad luck in August.
Right.
I was down on my luck. And I walked in here and Gregor, the former manager of this shop, was working at the time. Mm-hmm. And he was losing his member of staff because he was going off at the end of the month.
I see.
So I came and asked, and it was just like that perfect timing.
So did you come in here because you wanted to buy a cigar? Like, was it something you've done?
I was looking for a job.
Okay. So nothing really to do with cigars.
Not then. No, I was always a fan of cigars, but at that point I was just looking for work, and then I saw a cigar shop and thought, I like cigars. Came in and had a chat, and the next month I was working under Gregor.
See, I think that is one of the stories we do here, that people just end up falling into cigars. It's the same for myself. I wanted a job, ended up in the cigar industry. So very similar but different job.
Oh yeah.
So what's something that people don't know about you that they would be surprised to learn?
Surprised to learn. I'm a really good baker.
Are you?
Yeah, that's a funky
I'm here
one.
and there's absolutely no baked goods. So that's really good to know now.
Yeah, like I mean, if I'd brought some with me, I think we'd have been stuck chowing down on them. To be fair, I perfected my banana bread like 2 or 3 days ago. But I do brioche, madeleines, sort of Portuguese, sort of custard tarts, a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff like that.
Okay, that is a good fact to know, and I'm going to remember that
fan
for when I'm in Edinburgh next time for sure.
Yeah, like a baked goods and cigar pairing.
So we've obviously just visited you, and we had the Drew Estate team, and you've got a couple of the blackened cigars there.
Oh yeah.
So based on your baking and the blackened cigar, which I presume you've smoked one of them by now, what would you pair a blackened cigar with in a baked good?
That's a tricky one. Who would I pair it with? Probably go with like a nice big traditional gâteau.
Nice.
You know, just the mousse, the chocolate, just big, rich, luxurious.
And can you make them?
I can, but last time I made it, I messed it up right towards the end. I nearly cried.
Oh no, yeah, baking for me, I normally buy the packets, you just add the water and the, so I'll leave Ryan to that. So the Cigar Box is situated on what's called the Royal Mile in Edinburgh. And you've become obviously a very staple shop here. I mean, we were just here trying to set up, and there was about 15 people in here in about 10 minutes. So what's important, or like what do you find special about being on the Royal Mile for your store?
Oh, I mean, for us, like it's one of those streets. It's just one of the most popular streets in the country, to be fair. And I mean, it's an amazing spot for a cigar shop. I think second only to somewhere in London, like really centre of town. But I mean, I think the staying power here is it's always had a diversity of stuff going on in it. You know, we've never kind of been, not for as long as I've been here, ever been the one-trick pony. You know, we do it all. We do, Cuban cigars. We do New World cigars. We do.
I've seen pipe tobacco as well, and accessories you've got over there.
Pipe tobacco.
Good old Bovada.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong. God's gift to the world. That, I'm honest. That saved me so much time.
That's the idea. So what do you think you've got? I know you've just reeled off all your different products, but why do you think people come back to the Cigar Box?
I'd say it's interesting because a lot of folks avoid the Royal Mile, like locals.
Okay.
Because it's very tourist heavy spot.
I see.
You get tons and tons of people all the time, especially during summer.
Right.
But we do have a strong selection of locals that pop in, which I think for the street's quite rare.
Okay.
Bar a few shops like say Cadden Heads or Royal Mile Whiskies, for instance.
Yeah.
But No, I'd say when it comes to it, I'd say it would be that range and that and just the variety of stuff that we have here. On top of it, we're not trying to, you know, with tourist heavy spots, you know, usually you'll find like people kind of jacking prices and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, across the company, it's just not our philosophy. We try to offer the products at the recommended RRP, so everyone's getting a fair slice. Of course, yeah. And that goes with the pipe tobacco and the accessories as well. You know, we try to stick on, if not slightly below, those RRPs. Nice,
yeah. So I know you've only been in the cigar world for a few years, like you just said. Have you seen any changes across the industry, the cigar industry in particular, in Edinburgh over those 3 years?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. I'd say it's grown quite a wee bit. There was a lot of, I mean, there was only a few shops that were really doing cigars for the longest time. Yeah. We've got a new cigar shop in town too, with Castleview Cigars.
Okay, yeah.
And
we're actually going to visit them later on today.
Ah, yeah, good lads. Yeah. I'd say a big part of the cigar scene here would be from the two lads there, Jared and Gregor. Okay. They have in no small way have affected the way the industry is here. I mean, with their cigar clubs and everything, and I mean the events they do now too. Wow. We're doing events as well with hotels, but they've really done a lot for it. So it's been good to see.
That is very kind of you.
No, okay.
Very humble. Very humble.
Only the truth.
Okay, I don't want you to be biased. What is your favourite cigar so far? I mean, these things change all the time, but what is your top cigar at the minute?
At the minute? So it does change very, very often, to be fair. Nature of the game. Of course. But it kind of varies. I mean, I'd say my most recent favourite was I tried a T52, the Liga. Yes. At Ignite, the trade show.
Oh yeah, nice.
From Zach actually.
Yeah.
And he gave us a T52 and.
Yeah, they're good
cigars.
Good cigars.
That the blackened M81, big fan of. Love a nice heavy Maduro. Yeah. Casa Magna is another one. They're Corona. I'm a big fan of. Yeah. Placencia cigar. I just love them all.
I know there are too many to choose from, and you do have absolutely loads here. Are you a whiskey drinker?
Certainly am.
So, what is your favourite whiskey and cigar pairing?
Ooh, so for whiskey and cigars, I'm a bit of a weird one. Because I like certain like sort of slightly peaty drams like Bowmore or like Rassay or Highland Park. Yeah. Those kinds of sort of slightly lighter ones with lighter cigars. So I mean I'm a big fan of like say for instance the S84. I'd have those with probably something along the lines of a Glencaddle. One of the PX casks. Right. Okay. Or I'd say just the 15. Nice. Just keeps it classic.
So going back to business, I've got 2 more questions for you, so you don't have to panic. What's the best bit of business advice you've been given so far within the cigar industry?
Within the cigar industry so far, I think the best bit of advice I've been given was by the former manager here, Gregor, which was never make assumptions when it comes to people that come into your shop. Yeah. Because they could be wearing sandals, flip-flops, or like, you know, a 3-piece Savile Row suit. Yeah. But you just can't make assumptions on who they are, who they might be, what they might smoke, what they might buy. Because it's just not that kind of industry, you know.
I agree with that.
It's one of those ones where, you know, man or woman, young or old, like dressed to the nines or out in something casual. Like it's you can never assume.
No, I really like that.
And
that makes a lot of sense. It's the same as what I've been taught, really, because we meet a lot of people, as you know, in the cigar industry from very different backgrounds, have very different preferences.
It's crazy stuff. Like, I mean, one of the biggest sales we had here in a single one was the fella that came in and flip-flops and shorts and bought a £10,000 box of cigars and walked out the door with them. Yeah, nice. Bit the head off as he walked out as well. It was a bit before my time, but that's how Gregor tells me.
Okay, and final question. If you were to smoke a cigar with someone dead or alive, who would it be?
I'd really like to smoke a cigar with JFK.
Why?
I just think he's, as far as a individual and as far as like America is concerned. Just a really, really interesting president. Plus, one of the more famous cigar smokers.
Well, yeah, you already know you like a cigar, so.
Oh yeah,
you've got plenty to take it.
Couldn't like bring up a box of Petite Upmans, you know.
Yeah.
Be like, you know, the last 25, Mr. President. But I'd love to pick his brains, just because that whole era of history fascinates me.
Yeah, fair.
Because he was a crazy fact about him, was I think it was Eisenhower he was always on calls with. He'd just ask him questions about all sorts, things relating to the presidency, like all sorts of crises he helped navigate with his help, and he always called them general as well.
Wow.
So
you know your JFK facts, yeah.
That's one of those ones. I'm just a big fan of a lot of contemporary history, ancient stuff too, but they didn't have much cigars back then, unfortunately.
True. That's a good shout. So anyway, I'm going to leave Ryan now to get on with his job, because we've actually got people queuing up at the door to come in. We've had to stop them while I picked his brains. But if you are in Edinburgh, and particularly on the Royal Mile, come and visit the Cigar Box with Ryan and his team, and I'm sure he will find something that you will want. But thanks for your time, Ryan.
Yeah, good pleasure.
I look forward to visiting again soon.
Splendid stuff.
Thank you.